Alright, so it's now my turn to take on the next level, and sure enough, it has to be by the forms of Slip Sliding Away. And sure enough, it takes place in the icicle-themed world, or should I say, a snow-themed world. So as a result of that kind of stuff though, yeah, that's as far as I can say about this. Is it just me, or did we come across into certain enemies, not only from the likes of in Super Mario World, as you saw, but also with Yoshi's Island as well? What, you know with the ones with the penguin-like enemies? Yeah, because something tells me about the fact that we come across into some familiar enemies in the past adventures or somewhat. That's actually pretty cool, and dope at the same time. Anyways, hey, what's up ladies and gentlemen, it is I am the one and only, Ray the Flying Squirrel here, and I'm Mighty the Armadillo here, welcome you all back for the likes of the Mexi Toys videos, as we expected. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more of Let's Play of Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3 for the Game Boy Advance. So, last time we've essentially did manage to complete quite a few levels actually in World D so far, and especially noticeable because we're actually doing quite well, all things considered, even though the only time exception being is that Mighty did somehow died during the forms of one of those musical note block levels taking place in the skies above or something like that. Yeah, because obviously my timing jumps is a bit off in my liking, so either way though, because as a result of that kind of stuff though, despite that, well, we both did pretty well during the forms of in World E, so anyway, so today for this video, or potentially speaking though actually, specifically, that not only do we actually manage to able to fully complete the second page of the forms of selections of levels from the likes of in World E, but also we've managed to able to get started with the third page on the forms of World E, so as a result, we're getting, I would say we're now onto the halfway point of this entire playthrough, so because of this though, yeah, we are getting there for this point folks, we are definitely getting there. So today, for this video is about the fact that we're about to be continuing things on in World E, and oh my god, something tells me something will go disorientating at points, especially that I feel like that the screen is going to be scrolling back and forth between left and right, and oh no, please don't tell me this is going to go extremely fast mode until a couple of seconds notice. Well, I get the feeling it might well be, because I think something tells me there's the advance coin somewhere on that platform all the way to the far left. Oh jeez Louise, it's gonna get, oh man. Okay, at least I got that, but despite I missed out on the other two advanced coins, because I know one of them, it requires me to able to fly, and then the other one is pretty well hidden, so yeah, I'll let you, take in charge for that, Mighty. Especially, you might actually be, oh darn it, I didn't get my chance to get the Starman card. Oh well, no big deal. Besides, I'm pretty certain that we actually are on 69 lives so far, so hopefully we'll be up to like 70 lives until the next couple of levels ahead. So, anyway, now it's my turn to do this level, and hopefully I will get the rest of those advanced coins and shoot. Darn you, you stupid enemy up there, that who managed able to get rid of my awesome cape power-up. That's kind of unfortunate, but at the very least though, you do come across into yourselves the fire flower and all that stuff, so alright, so I'm just gonna carry this Koopa shell right onto this pipe as I go along, and yeah, I do need to get rid of those ice blocks by simply shooting those fireballs right at them, so oh, dang it. Okay, that's fine, because obviously I don't need to worry about just keep on shooting those fireballs at that Koopa shell, because if I do, accidentally, then obviously I didn't get the chance to get that particular advanced coin, so although it's nothing like the forms of how it does it in New Super Mario Bros. Wii, and New Super Mario Bros. 2, and New Super Mario Bros. U, as well as New Super Luigi U, that if you manage to have yourselves 2-player mode with you, or 3 players or 4 players, they can just simply manage to able to grab the actual star coins for you, or generally moon coins in New Super Mario Bros. 2's case. So either way though, a few things we want to explain for this point today, and that is that today's date of course is the 20th of November today, in this case in 2023 today. Naturally speaking, we've only just got about roughly 11 days to go until we now moved on to the forms of the final month of 2023, and that's of course December. So either way, although few things I want to explain for this point actually is about the fact that this is the reason why that this video took so long to able to actually get this thing in the actual process going. Because, for one noticeable thing, as you noticed, this is by far the longest video we've ever done when it comes to something related to Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3, as you can tell from the actual time of this video. And on top of all that stuff though, we've once again come across the forms of several technical difficulties here and there. Specifically, our program keeps on crashing every time whenever we finish our commentary segments here and there, and as a result, we've lost our commentary files. So because of this though, it just feels way too inconsistent sometimes with all that Roxo Video Wave program sometimes, because I know it's kind of stable at points, but then after a while, if you manage to try to edit it stuff, like trying to do a massive jump cuts on certain situations, and then as a result, the thing will keep on crashing, and as a result though, we've lost our progress for able to actually do the actual process of this recording. So hopefully though, for today, and especially noticeable that I can assure you that we might able to actually finish up the entire playthrough on this. Specifically, maybe at some point in this Wednesday, depending on time. So either way though, that might be some consumption as far as predictions goes. So, and by the way, you've almost fell off the edge by the way, Mighty, because if you dare fall off, then you have to start all over again. And also I realized that you finally found the final 2 advanced coins on this level, because I can assure you one of them is pretty well hidden as far as you already spotted them, and yeah, I have no idea I somehow managed to did not realize that particular advanced coin is pretty well hidden until when Mighty just finally found it. So I suppose kudos to you, bro. Yeah, especially concerning about the fact that you always do appreciate for my help for certain situations as far as this is concerned. So, and relatively speaking though about the fact that that's as far as I can usually try to describe about any of these specific stuff. And unfortunately though, it's about the fact that during the informs of this process today, that once again our computer starts lagging occasionally. So that's, you know, stupidly annoying and inconsistent, but again, we'll hopefully try to fix that during at some point whenever we get to the Wednesday as far as this is concerned. So in some cases though, that's all I can really ask for. So anyway, so I'm also able to spend some of my coins to able to grind for some more extra lives, as far as I've already grabbed that one up on my first attempt on this, or something it relates to that, and it looks like I don't think I can get that 3 moon up there, especially those blocks are in the way. And on top of all that stuff though, what's even weird is that when you're done, manage able to toss the ball 3 times, and basically you can able to jump, despite the fact that, well, I'm pretty sure jump is illegal in this particular game, which I totally get it. So either way, let's see if I can hopefully get that another one up right there. If not, then I'm also able to just move on. Yeah, I think I should probably just move on. Hi, I'm not very great at that particular minigame though, I will admit though right away, because there are a couple of times it's all about trying to get the good angle with certain shots, but either way though, that's as far as you can usually try to able to compromise and such. So either way, so it looks like we're getting very close towards the end of page 3 before we move on to the 4th page of those, you know, e-reader levels. So anyway, next level we're going to be helping into is Ice Cubed. So I wonder what the level theme is going to take place, I wonder. So either way though, oh, I'm actually kind of nervous. Oh, a tower level. Okay, that's unexpected, especially concerning that since that we've already went through one of those snowy themed environment levels from earlier, now we're going to be doing another one, except this time it takes place in a tower level. So yeah, I guess that makes it pretty obvious. And since about the fact, as I mentioned this before, that we're actually getting, you know, very, very, very close towards the end of 2023 before we move on to a new year, which is 2024, that, actually I'll save that conversation whenever we get to the later levels to come. So either way though, but I'm really hoping I can probably get this recording session done and over with before some worse complications is going to be involved, which, I don't know about you, I do apologize if my mood is actually getting a bit ticked off at this point today, but that's just because I'm so sick of the forms of the actual program keeps on crashing every time. Like, I know it's probably too much, but as a result, I'm just getting sick of the forms of how the fact that if we do managed to be completely done with the commentary in mind, but then next you notice that, you know, out of nowhere, the program crashed and we've lost our progress. So, I'm sorry for able to actually keep on about it, especially because, well, it just feels a bit inconsistent, you know? Which is bad enough about the fact that every time when you record something, it's entirely in HD quality, like, you know, something related to the Nintendo Switch, or Xbox 360, or PlayStation 4, and the only time we've never actually used capture footage from is actually the Xbox One so far. Yeah, despite the fact that, well, because relatively speaking, that we've already tackled for the other games from multiple platforms, like, for instance, Sonic Mania, and as well as the forms of, well, let's just say Sonic Forces, Team Sonic Racing, Sonic Colors Ultimate, and, as a result, that's as far as I can usually try to explain about any of these specific stuff in mind, so... Anywho, though, alright, so I'm thinking I'm missing something here, because if I did, well, aside from I've got that particular advanced coin right there, so that should be alright for me, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's all I was to say. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention about something, is that for that particular arrow sign as you saw from a few seconds ago, like this for instance, that's actually heavily borrowed from Super Mario World. It actually tells us that you've almost there to the end of a level, I'm presuming so. So, yeah, it feels kind of similar for that regard, so... I'm still a bit puzzled about this. Okay, I can't jump up there, so I guess I'll let you, tackle for that, because I'm pretty sure I am pretty much off by one advanced coin for able to completely done with this stage, so... Oh well, no big deal. Oh jeez, 2 Boom Booms in the Icicle Arena! But thankfully with my Fire Flower it gets indestructible, so as a result though, I am pure dominationist, I guess. So either way, oh, we now actually unlock the final Toad House in terms of those mini-games we can play. And this one, we need to be able to dodge those spikes while simply trying to fly upwards. So, and something tells me I will be forced to able to use the P-Wing, so that way I can able to fly in the air while dodging stuff, and how the heck is that supposed to count for that hitbox? Oh well, I guess it's just for bragging rights, I guess. Although, usually for these items can be randomized if you manage to get all the way up to the top. Oh well, no big deal, but I can assure to you that I'm not very great when it comes to the forms of how the fact that, well, it's been like 3 days ago since we've actually last played this for sure, because relatively speaking, since during the forms of being a weekend, that at the very least we did somehow manage to tackle something related to the very first, the Powerpuff Girls video game that we did somehow tackle through the Let's Play from, ever since in the weekends department, because as far as I'm aware, as I said before, ever since in 2 days ago actually, that the original series has officially now became 25 years old, and gee, time flies, you know? Yep, especially concerning about the fact that, relatively speaking though, that, you know, time flies, you know? Oh, and speaking of time flies and all that stuff, is that eventually, I would say since during the forms of Thursday coming up on the 23rd of November, that basically though, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic Season 4, you know, with the forms of 2 episodes in particular, which are not only for the beginning portion of Season 4, but with specifically 2 episodes combined, which is Princess Twilight Sparkle, both parts 1 and 2, is eventually going to become 10 years old, and during at some point in this coming Thursday, on the 23rd, so, gee, seems time, you know what I'm saying. I apologize for my commentary is a bit slightly iffy at this point today, because, I mean, let's face it though, that until eventually at some point in the Wednesday and stuff like that, I can assure you that we won't be coming across into that exactly the same issue again. Oh, nice. I did not notice there's a note block right over there. Oh, jeez, I'm so dope at points. Anyways, though, so hopefully I'm also able to get the last 2 of those advanced coins, so exponentially to able to, you know, completely done with the rest of Iced Cubed, or Ice Cubed, as far as this level's usually tend to call it, so... Alright. Now I can able to deal with the forms of those 2 Boom Booms at once with this indestructible fireball. with, you know, quite a few fireballs to hit, so it's much easier than just, like, jumping onto those 2 boom booms at once, because otherwise, if you lose control of yourself, then you will, lose a life, so... Yep, and I believe we've only got 1 level left until we're basically done with, the 3rd page, when it comes to World E, levels, as far as I'm aware. And I see you trying to able to do a successful attempt on this particular minigame, I see. And sure enough, you succeed. However, you get a star, man, so seems okay, I guess. Well, despite the fact that you were hoping for, you know what I'm saying, the Hammer Bros suit, or a Tanuki suit, or heck, even especially noticeable if the Cape Feather or something, but either way, it's all randomized, you know? Puzzling Pipe Maze. I wonder what this go brings me into. Even though something tells me this takes place in a desert-themed environment, as far as, you know, with that familiar background in mind, and, I get the strong sense of feeling that this level also contains the E-coin, so I definitely need to find that exponentially, so... Anywho though, so another thing I should probably explain about this as well is about the fact that, well, suffice to say, happy 25th anniversary of the release of A Bug's Life, you know, the second feature-length animated movie for its Pixar films lineup. But I will admit though right away though, still, while looking back in it right now, I think it's good. It's not the best film I've ever seen, but either way though, I think certainly it aged decently, I guess, but it's not one of my favorites though, I must admit. Although, don't get me wrong, it does have some good moments here and there, like the villain, Hopper, who voiced by Kevin Spacey. He's the most intimidating villain, as far as I'm aware. So, I think that's as far as I can usually try to explain about this for the most part. So, either way though, yeah, that's as far as I can think about it. So, because relatively speaking though, that despite the fact that, well, usually in the UK version has to wait until specifically on the 5th of February in 1999. So, kinda crazy when UK releases always get later releases as far as I'm usually aware of. So, and something tells me, oh, okay, I did not notice that because I somehow got distracted by that particular 25th anniversary treatment of A Bug's Life's release. So, anywho though, so I can assure you, alongside with the forms of the Tanuki statue transformation, alongside with the forms of the Hammer Bros suit, these are the only 2 power-ups that you can able to actually break those little grey blocks. Okay, that's actually interesting. Especially concerning about the fact that, you know, the Hammer Bros suit really rocks. Especially concerning you can able to block projectiles, which I somehow rarely use at points. Which I'm not exactly sure how I do usually explain about any of these specific stuff though, but either way though, I think something tells me with all that stuff in mind, that I do need to bring those little ice block thingies right there to break those little blocks from the spikes underneath it, so... But I don't know if I can probably be able to do it on this attempt though, but if not, then I'll let Mighty able to do all that stuff, so... I think something tells me the last one is going to be quite well hidden, so... I'm quite puzzled about this though, especially because concerning about the fact that, well, relatively speaking though, I think that's as far as I can usually... Oh jeez, I almost fell through. Anyway, die, Fire Snake, with my trusty Hammer Bros suit. And something tells me there is an advanced coin right up there. Oh, that one up just somehow stops me from able to actually grab that on here. But at the very least, it's disappeared, so... And I think that's basically all there is to think about for this level, so... Now I'm pretty sure with that particular door that has been blocked off by the forms of those specific brick blocks, that I can assure you that's where the E-coin was located, so... Yeah, because I was thinking about this as well, because obviously that we've already speculated this, so... Well, between the 2 of us anyway. I will admit though, this level's very long. Especially because, well, I appreciate with the level's length is actually a bit longer, as opposed to like somewhat of a shorter length when it comes to like levels and stuff like that. Ooh, another 1-up. Oh jeez, we can probably get like up to 100 eventually. And speaking of such, I got myself my mushroom card. So, I was hoping for a Starman card, but timing is way off when it comes to my jumps and such, but oh well, no big deal. On to you, bro. On to the exactly the same level, because you're about to go after that particular E-coin that you hoping to try to get. Well, yes, exactly, but of course I do need to able to go for that Hammer Bros suit first before I do the rest of the stuff, so... Yeah, sometimes it can take a bit while to able to proceed for certain parts anyway, so... But yeah, suffice to tell you that since that's about the fact that, well, as I think I've already mentioned about this before, that we're now onto the halfway point in terms of World E already, and straight to the point though about the fact that we're doing quite well, all things considered, despite what defaults to some troublesome points when it comes to, as I said before, the amount of edits we have to do is a nightmare, especially because of all that program keeps crashing, you know? Anyway, so I'll just go ahead and destroy these blocks here, and yeah, relatively speaking though, this level does manage to have like only 2 advanced coins on this level, but eventually until likely the majority of the levels in page 4, and especially noticeable with the 5th and final page, then basically it will contain a lot, I mean a lot, of advanced coins to obtain, so... Because unlike something related to the forms of Super Mario Advance 1, that basically though you do get like all 5 of those advanced coins to collect, specifically for every levels in the forms of Super Mario Bros. 2, and especially notable with those dinosaur coins as well in Super Mario World, so as a result, because usually relatively speaking, unlike the you know, the Super Nintendo version of Super Mario World, that basically does about the fact that, well, it's just for bragging rights on the Super Nintendo version, whilst on the Game Boy Advance version, you do get the actual completionist message if you do manage to able to get all those dinosaur coins, as far as I'm usually concerned with whenever I was trying to guessing and such. Oh, come on. Come on, almost there. Oh, really? Okay. Oh, I have to get a good angle right there. Maybe try the other side? Oh, I don't know, because I don't want to lose my Hammer Bros suit. Oh, there we go. Oh, does take a bit while, but hey, at least I did finally solve this, so... But if I mess this up, then... that'll be something else. But hey, at least I did this on the first attempt, so huzzah! And that way, you get yourselves the E coin. So what's the symbol is it this time? A fire flower. A fire flower symbol with that particular, well, the E coin. So, I suppose you might be able to go all the way back to the beginning, aren't you? Yeah, because I think something tells me I can't reach up there, so I have to able to go for those little, flipper gates, so just in case I could potentially try to able to, like, oh, okay, you can also jump onto these, blocks, but they are unbreakable and stuff, so... I guess that's totally fine, because obviously with your high jump, you can just simply go past this part no problem, so... Oh, there goes my Hammer Bros suit! I was really... Oh, darn you fire snakes! Oh, god dang it. But at least you can able to actually get up there, and... Oh, you were close to able to actually get a direct landing off that particular gold thing right there. Yeah, and I was really expecting to able to get that particular Starman card, but... Oh well, no big deal. Anyway, now it's my turn, and we've now completed the 3rd page. So now let's move on to the 4th page, and oh boy, we got ourselves a towering tour. I think something tells me with that simple icon is actually based off from the likes of in World 5, Spiral Tower level, so... Oh jeez. Oh god, we got ourselves a snake block. And it's actually getting really fast, as far as I've noticed. Because I don't know about you, maybe because I'm, for whatever reason, used to with... Oh jeez. And also something tells me with that... Oh jeez. So many of those very obscure objects that we can able to come across into. I think something tells me this level is going to be quite lengthy too. Well, assuming, of course, if I know exactly what I was expecting to do, so... Oh god! I almost fell off instantly. So I have to keep up. Okay. At least I somehow made it, though. Oh god! Oh jeez, I forgot about that particular block-like enemies and such. Is it just me, or are we going downwards this time? As opposed to, like, going up? Okay, that's interesting. And something tells me about the fact that I have to, like, go from, like, the left screen to the right screen or something like that. Which, kind of thinking about it, this level kind of reminds me like the reverse version of one of those levels in New Super Mario Bros. on a DS, you know, with like, I would say World 8-6, that basically though is about the fact that you have to get up before the lava is rising, so, oh jeez, so many spikes. Ah, there goes my Hammer Bro suit. I was assuming I was gonna able to try to avoid those spikes, no problem, but apparently I did get hit by the spikes. So obsessions with spikes is almost like more spikes than Mega Man 4, or potentially Mega Man X6, in this case the worst Mega Man games to ever came out of, and something tells me, boom. I thought so for the sake of one of those advanced coins locations might be familiar to me. And as well as from that, there's booze and... oh god! Okay, I did not notice there's another section. And something tells me oh, there's a power-up. But at least I got myself my Super Leaf, which I always trust this power-up the most. Especially because, you know, it is super recommendable. And I wonder what's through here. Oh, just a Koopa shell and... oh, some blocks that we can destroy. Although, relatively speaking now, I think, presumably, the fastest method to do this is by... you know what I mean? I think there might be a P-switch in here somewhere, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but, again, this is all new to me and stuff like that, so... oh my god, I did not notice I can clear through that. Huh. I never noticed that. So I think that the last advanced coin is going to be down there somewhere. Yep, I can see that little sprite over there, so... and is it possible I can able to get that... oh, I don't know. Oh, yeah, I can. So, let me go through here, and hopefully... ah, I did not meant to kick it. I did not meant to let go of my, one of my buttons. Oh, on the upside, we can able to do just that, because, you know, enemies do respawn if you manage to go into a, you know, the room and all that stuff, so... ah, darn. I've lost my, Super Leaf power-up, or the Raccoon power-up, what I meant to say. Ah, there's a P-switch. I was wondering if that's there in the first place. And we can now kick the red shell, and boom, there we go. Hi, and I believe if I go into this pipe right there, it leads me straight to the very end of the level, so... there we go. Whew. That felt quite lengthy though. Especially I've almost got to get myself my time over scenario, but I think something tells me we did somehow manage to unlock every single of those toad houses right now, so I think we should be all good. Well, at least specifically when it comes to likely if you can get, like, you know, power-ups at any time. Although despite you still need able to spend for about 30 coins, so as a result, for at least in each and every single mini-games as far as I'm aware, so... but, yeah, in terms of other stuff I would like to mention about this kind of stuff, though, is about the fact that since that we've almost approaching onto the films in 2024, that, relatively speaking, though, we actually got quite a number of films that's going to be releasing until 2024, but I'm sure that we'll let some toy sales be able to continue mentioning about that until specifically by the end of 2023. So, as a result of that kind of stuff, though, especially that, you know, one of them will mention about the films of the final thoughts of 2023, so yeah, as far as I'm aware, for so far, for July, or January anyway, when it comes to 2024, they so far only got 4 films so far, which appears to be buddy films of Night Swim, as well as Bob Marley, One Love, and also El Marto, I think that's what it says anyway. And something tells me it's one of those Marvel films as far as I'm aware. And also The Tiger's Apprentice and stuff like that. And I think that's about it basically for January's films releases during that time. And on top of that, when it comes to February, we're about to be expecting to see Wise Guys and Untitled Dirty Dancing film made by the films of Lionsgate. And finally, Madame Web. Okay, that's all I can really say about this for the most part. And also, during the films of March, we're expecting to get The Fall Guy. Okay, that's what I can say about that. As well as ELO from the likes of the another Pixar film is going to be on its way. And also Kung Fu Panda 4, in this case my most highly anticipated films in the films of 2024, next to the likes of the other ones as well, which we'll get to that in a moment. So, and also there is A Quiet Place Day 1, and also Godzilla x Kong The New Empire. Okay, that's actually pretty dope. And unfortunately, Snow White's live-action adaptation is going to be on its way, so don't expect things to be too excited about this, especially because, well, you know what I'm saying about the fact that a lot of negativity is going to be, you know, rising and stuff like that when it comes to soulless live-action adaptations for certain films, as far as we already pointed out from the likes of in the past few months or something like that. But anywho, now it's my turn to do the next level, which is Castle Dash. This looks kind of familiar to me, because as far as I'm aware, it does kind of reminds me of one of those, like, I don't know about you, one of those, canon levels from the likes of the New Super Mario Bros. 2, for example. Although, except the fact that we're relatively speaking that you, just don't stop moving, so as a result in New Super Mario Bros. 2, and oh jeez, I have to carefully time my jumps, and also on top of that, I got less time, so I believe there's like 60 seconds in this level, so I can assure you that seems the case, so... But I will admit though, this level's actually pretty cool though, especially concerning about the fact that it actually gives you a lot of tested patience at one point, and I think you come across into certain quick, timed levels for about twice, as far as I'm aware. Oh jeez, those spikes. I can assure you these spikes do look familiar, because there was actually like, you see them and you want, oh goodness gracious! And I can probably get that one up over there, so thankfully I just did. And I guess that's it. Huh. I was not expecting for that particular level like this to be super duper quick, but hey, at least I did this on the first attempt. And Mighty, what about you? Despite the fact that you might have a bit of struggles at one point, because since after all you have to utilize with your height jumps and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I was thinking about the same thing, because it makes platforming a bit difficult with Luigi because of all that height jumps and all that stuff. Yeah, but wish you luck, I guess. Especially since, as you saw, that I've somehow bypassed quite a few points here. And also it makes the boost section a bit difficult with Luigi, so I think Mario will be the best bet when it comes to this level in particular, but... either way, that's what I can really think about. And obviously there's no point able to get that advanced coins because I already did them. Oh god, this section you have to deal with. Oh my god. And that's the last gap you have to make. I can't be bothered to get that one up because I don't think it's kind of worth it for me. Yeah, and on top of that, we got about 88 lives. Oh, now and then. Oh, quick! Oh, jeez, that was close. You almost got about 5 seconds left. And then thankfully I did somehow manage to able to get to the goal straight away. Yeah, that was a true definition of a close call right there. Anyways, rich with ropes. I think something tells me we have to utilize with those, you know, rope climbing and stuff like that. Which, that maybe seems the case. Wait a second, is that Wiggler right there? Based off from the likes of in Super Mario World? Oh, interesting. But I digress. So, either way though, yeah, as opposed to all that stuff though, is about the fact that, oh, I got myself my Super Leaf, and I think something tells me there's another E-coin to be located in this level, so, either way, that might be something worth noting for. Now actually kind of thinking about it, this level does remind me of almost entirely related to the likes of playing Super Mario Bros. 2, aka Super Mario USA again, because I think, oh, are those enemies are based off from Super Mario Bros. 2, aka Super Mario USA, by the way? Because it's sure enough it is, because look at it, they are basically pretty much exactly like the forms of how it does in Super Mario Bros. 2, so, yeah. So of course there's the first of- oh god! I did not expect that. But that's okay, because I got my Super Leaf back, so that should be all good for me. I think something tells me there's- oh god. This is the most nerve-wracking advanced coin I can ever encounter. But at least I did somehow barely got it, thanks to my Raccoon Tail, so thank you Raccoon Tail for able to help me out. Alright, so I think this is gonna be the last section as far as this is concerned. I almost thought those platforms might fall off, but it turns out it didn't, so I think I should be all safe for this point. Oh, hello. Oh, it actually leads me to the last advanced coin, so I guess that makes it pretty obvious. So, and something tells me, yes, there it is. There's the E coin right over there. So I'm also able to quickly fetch it, assuming, of course, if I... Actually, can I ride on this thing? Oh, yes, I can. Oh, jeez, I did not expect for that messed up jump. There we go. Hi. And let's see what icon does it feature. It's Luigi. So, yeah, I guess that's that. And some more wigglers, and... Oh god, I totally forgot about that parachuting enemy over there. Which is also from the likes of in Super Mario World, as far as I'm aware of. So, oh jeez, that was insane for that level. And now it's my turn to do the same level, so... Anyways, get back into the forms of that discussion about the films of 2024 films releases coming up. Well, aside from that, for one thing in mind, that we're getting very close to the point that we're expecting to be able to see Paris Olympic Games in 2024 next year as well. So, I'm pretty sure that we've only got roughly about, I'm not exactly sure, but it's more accurately like, I don't know, 10 months, or no, it's somewhat lesser than that, because we're still in November after all, so either way, yeah, because what makes this a bit weird is that for the Snow White live-action adaptation of the film, it never actually say, and the Seven Dwarfs as the subtitle for the film, which it doesn't make that much sense to me, because relatively speaking though, because in the original film, from the likes of in 1937, it's pure classic in every way, despite it does aged a bit rough around the edges for its technical props or somewhat, but for its time though, it still looks very impressive even to this day, but that's just me anyway. And yeah, I'm just not really looking forward to able to actually seeing that, the live-action adaptation, because you know what I'm saying about the fact that the live-action movies is actually getting very old very fast, and on top of all that stuff though, it feels a lot more shallower in comparison to the films of the traditional, original versions of those films, at least to me anyway, so, but, again, I'm biased I guess, and, wow, you did somehow manage to make your way all the way higher up. Well, yeah, and then I did not notice there was actually a dead end, so... Yeah, best assured able to, like, lower down yourself, and then that way you don't have to worry about just getting stuck and such, so... Hooray! That pretty much does it for this level. Yeah, it's actually not too bad, actually. Especially, I really do like the actual concept of trying to able to climb onto ropes and such. So anyways, now let's move on to the next level, which is... I would say Vixen Doors, I think is what it says anyway. And it's another Ghost House level, so... And as far as I'm aware, this is the last Ghost House level at the same time, because as far as I'm aware, until the later stages to come, it will expect it able to actually bring some of those familiar level environments and all that stuff, so either way. And something tells me it's going to be filled to the brim with a lot of those rooms we have to navigate through, and oh jeez, that was close. I'm almost gonna get hit by that boo over there, but thankfully I did somehow land on towards the edge of that particular snake block as far as you might as well see. But, yeah, I guess that's all I was to think about. The next film I was hoping to see, and during at some point until 2024, that's what appears to be the, Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, which obviously about the fact that since in this year, that we've already got ourselves across the Spider-Verse, as far as you probably already know, and that was actually pretty epic in every way for that particular film's release during that time. So, until by that time though, is about the fact that we'll get another one until next year, but this time with a different name. So, it'll be interesting as to see how that's going to be represented with from. So, and finally, Mickey 17, made from the likes of the films of Warner Brothers with Plan B Entertainment. So, yeah, I guess that's that. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about it. But as far as I'm aware, so far in 2024, that we've only got one film to be coming out in April so far. At least, depending on more, if assuming, of course, if I somehow missed on anything. That's what appears to be Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim, I think is what it says anyway. I apologize for that mispronunciation of that particular film's subtitle for it. So, yeah, I guess that's about it, basically. Now, in terms of May, though, there is actually potentially the next Captain America film called Captain America New World Order. So that's something, I suppose. As well as If and Future, I think that's what it says anyway. And on top of that, Garfield movie is going to be on its way as well. And finally, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. So, yeah, I guess it's that, and June falls within May. Now, as far as I'm aware, when it comes to June in mind, that, the only film I was really looking forward to at some point on June, and that's what appears to be by the forms of, well, before I get to that, though, there's gonna be Untitled, the Karate Kid film, and also Ballerina, and on top of that, The Watchers, and also Mission Impossible Dead Retconning Part 2, which is likely the continuation of the previous film since that we've already got from this year in 2023. So I wonder what Part 2 is going to bring us into for its entire continuation of the story. Well, I don't know about you for this point though, because I'm really excited about Mission Impossible Dead Retconning Part 2 when that comes out until next year. Yeah, especially concerning about the fact that everyone else has been hyped about this as well, alongside with the films of Beyond the Spider-Verse, as you probably already expect. And I think something tells me that P-Switch might actually lead me to somewhere. And concerning about the fact that you've now got every single advanced coins in this entire stage. Yep, exactly. And I think, if I recall correctly, if I go in here, and then basically it leads me to the final stretch of this level. And what's up with... Oh, it's one of those rotating platforms. Okay, I didn't see that coming. Especially concerning about the fact that, well, they're all likely... Oh god, there are some thin... or specifically small rotating blocks here and there as well. And straight to the point, we've come across into the Big Boo boss fights that we've already seen since in the beginning portion of... Oh god, that Boo is actually super duper fast. God, I did not expect to see that coming, huh? Anyway, I'll just go ahead and keep on tossing those blocks right back at Big Boo, assuming if he's coming back again. And hopefully I should able to finish him off while the time is almost ticking, and boom, there we go. And I believe it's now your turn, and I think something tells me you will complete this level in the quickest way imaginable because, you know, already got all the advanced coins, so I suppose you don't need to worry about this at all. And speaking of which though, we're almost getting very close towards the end of collecting those advanced coins, so... Yeah, because as far as I'm aware, and during that time, that, well, specifically until Wednesday, potentially, we weren't able to actually complete done with everything in World E, so, still, it's a very lengthy world, all things considered, especially with the amount of levels we're going to be experiencing, it's so endlessly over the top, so, alright, so I might as well quickly go in here, and I think, if I recall correctly, I'll activate this P-switch here, and, oh jeez, I'm gonna have to able to... I think that was the quickest way you can able to actually finish the level for almost instant, because, you know, we've already got all the advanced coins as you already expect. Alright, come on then, Big Boo, it's time to do a last final showdown, so, yeah, because relatively speaking, this will be the last time trying to deal with the faults of the Big Boo in this entire world, so, either way. And there goes my Raccoon power-up, because, oh jeez, I expect to keep on getting hit by them. But hey, at least you will potentially try to deal with it no problem, but again, don't try to able to grab that block on the far right, because you will die instantly, so, because you know, it's all a bottomless pit, so... And there goes. That's all there is to it when it comes to the only 2 ghost houses in the whole game, so... Yep, and for this point, we can now move on to some of those self-explanatory levels as far as I'm aware. So, let's see what's up next. Yeah, I'll save the frog suit for later, so... Caped Escape. I think something tells me with Caped Escape, it's gonna be evolved around in Cape Feathers in the skies above. So, that could be something more related to that. So, anyway, when it comes to the other film I was really looking forward to, and that's what appears to be Inside Out 2, because I was really looking forward to see what the sequel is going to be all about, but either way though, time will tell, especially concerning that hopefully we'll get the teaser trailer for it at some point, I don't know, later down the road, but it might be a bit too early to discuss at this point. So either way, I guess that's about it for June. Now as far as July is concerned, we'll be expecting to get another Despicable Me film, but this time it's Despicable Me 4. So relatively speaking though, after the events of the huge success of the films of the Super Mario Bros. Movie, which we still watch even to this day, especially since that we've now got ourselves, you know, the DVD and Blu-ray versions of the film now, and especially noticeable, it never gets old for me. Although usually, relatively speaking, despite the pacing is a bit super duper fast and all that stuff, maybe they're also trying to improve that in a sequel or something like that, or the next Nintendo movie or something in the future, even though it's kind of hard to tell at this point, because we're still in 2023 after all, so... And sure enough, the Cape Feather has now appeared, so in some cases though, it's been quite some time since I can able to actually just go ahead and fly like a breeze, so in some cases though, I think something tells me with that particular arrow-shaped coins might potentially lead me to somewhere, so let me go ahead and maneuver myself while trying to glide and all that stuff, so... And exponentially, we're able to get even more extra lives at some form or another. And is it something like, oh, hello. And it now actually shows an image of Mario. So, yeah, I guess that's all there is to it, though. So, I think, despite the fact that I missed out on quite a lot of those advanced coins, the only time I actually got is just the first two, and that's it. So I believe it's up to you to able to get the remaining advanced coins, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, which I'm on the road for that, so... Now I think what we're gonna do is that after we're done with the forms of Cape Escape, I think we might as well do the last two levels for this video, despite this particular video is gonna be super lengthy as far as you probably already know. Although it's nowhere near as long as the forms of how it... Excuse me. It's nowhere near as long as compared to the forms of how it does it from the likes of Piglet's Big Game on the Game Boy Advance, you know, when Maxie did somehow tackle for that game on his own time. And good lord, Flooded Woods is very, very lengthy, especially because it requires a lot of backtracking, you know, especially concerning about the fact that, gee, no wonder why I couldn't be bothered able to get the Game Boy Advance version of Piglet's Big Game ever again, just because of the lack of save feature and all that stuff, because personally, the console version is definitely more superior in my opinion, so, plus because it has a lot of, like, good presentation on the console version, on the GameCube and PlayStation 2 versions, so, I guess that's that. Oh, and one of the subject for this matter though is about the fact that when it comes to like, another films that is going to be releasing until next year in 2024, which appears to be Mufasa the Lion King, which it might be seems okay, but it's just about the fact that, well, I wouldn't guarantee I probably won't be seeing it, so... Yeah, because remember about the films, the lack of expressions from the likes of the live-action adaptation of The Lion King, and it just already disappoints us. Especially, we still prefer the original version at any point worth noting for, because, you know, the originals is a masterpiece, you know? And as far as I'm aware, there's also Transformers 1, apparently, and also Twisters, Thunderbolts, and that's pretty much about it for July. And as far as August is concerned, currently, although I may be wrong, that we're getting 2 films in August so far, well, it might be expected to be more, but as a result, we'll be seeing Trap, Speak No Evil, and that's about it, basically. And as far as September is concerned, for what I've heard anyway, that we'll be seeing Blade as one of those next MUC, or in some cases though, MCU, as far as Marvel Cinematic Universe, as far as this is concerned. And, oh jeez, you're about to go after that particular nerve-wracking section with that advanced coin locations. Well, because as far as I'm aware, that usually, relatively speaking though, I somehow managed to got the 5th one by very lucky. Yeah, anyway, and on top of that, there's also going to be, when it comes to forms of Deadpool 3, it's going to be expected to be released on November next year, so naturally speaking though, that's what I can say about it. And most notably in December though next year, not only do we get the 3rd Avatar movie, but also Sonic the Hedgehog 3, which let me tell you, we are super excited with Sonic the Hedgehog 3 once that comes out until next year, because... You know what I'm saying about the fact that I'm super excited what that's going to bring us into, so... Anyways, let's move on to the next level, which is Groundwork. And I believe something tells me in this particular level, as far as I'm aware, I believe we need to dig up on things. So, which kind of reminds me of something related to that particular first minigame that we've already come across into. And sure enough, there's nothing all the way to the right, so it makes the entire section seem rather pointless, doesn't it? Anyways, let's get into the main treatment of the level, and that is dig up some more sand. So, yeah, I guess that might be something that's worth familiar. In fact, this particular level does remind me of almost entirely related to the forms of been. Oh god, those little buzzy beetles, they're trying to toss us those little blue blocks are back. Ever since in World 6. Or technically World 7 or something. Mind you, it's been like a couple of days since I actually have last experienced this game, you know? Oh jeez, those Monty moles come out of nowhere! Even though they do somehow manage to able to create a bit of a crumbling effect going on in here, so... Yeah, this does remind me of something related to the Super Mario Bros. 2, aka Super Mario USA, when it comes to digging a lot of sand. Imagine if we have Toad as playable character, he should be able to deal with this level no problem, but... all I guess is just about the fact that the only... Is that supposed to be like Sonic? Or something like that? Or a mini version of Sonic? Or maybe I'm confused. You may be confused at points though, Ray. Yeah, especially because concerning the actual spines of it looks kind of like Sonic, but except the fact that, well, he doesn't have any, like, body spines or just arms and legs and all that stuff, which I have no idea why I somehow managed to bring this up. And I was expecting to get that advanced coin anyway, so shit. Oh, jeez. And also I just realized I can't able to actually kill those hedgehogs aside from, like, just trying to get a power-up, like a, well, the raccoon power-up as far as I'm aware. So, yeah, I think I potentially missed out on a lot of stuff in this level, so... Oh, good grief, that was an ambush! And something tells me that I've missed out on, 2 of those advanced coins, so... I guess I'm also able to just go ahead and grab just 3 advanced coins for the time being, so I'm sure you, Mighty, can able to actually do all that a lot of hard work, you know? Well, truth be told, I could probably deal with that. Oh, nice! We got ourselves a Starman card, so only one more until we able to, hopefully, get ourselves about over 100 one-ups, so we're really hoping, I'm really hoping you might as well get that last Starman card, bro. Yeah, I was hoping about the same thing, so... Anyway, I'll, go ahead and, get on with this level, so... Yeah, and just make sure you're able to actually don't miss out on that particular advanced coins, you know? Because, you know, we're getting very close, you know? Alright, so... Thankfully I did somehow dodge those buzzy beetle-like enemies and all that stuff, so... So, relatively speaking though, about the fact that there's one thing I will admit though right away, that, until by that time until tomorrow's approaching and stuff like that, well, suffice to say, it might actually be something more related to, or we'll classify for saying for multiple anniversaries during the forms of it at some form or another, or maybe it was just one I can probably think about this at the time. So for instance, until tomorrow, that it will mark the 9th anniversary of the release of Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo Wii U. Well, despite the fact that we did somehow manage to able to have struggle get back into that game, because, you know, Smash Ultimate is now still as one of my favorite installments of the series, just because everyone is here. So, get it because of, you know, bringing back, you know, oh, jeez, that was the luckiest dodge you've ever encountered with, bro. Well, especially concerned about the fact that I almost assumed that I'm almost gonna get surrounded by the forms of those blue hedgehogs and stuff like that, so, which, we don't know exactly what their names are, to be honest with you, because, well, you know what I'm saying, it's been a very, oh, hello, there's a 1-up right there. Yeah, kind of well hidden for that particular 1-up as far as this is concerned. Oh jeez, a lot of paratroopers in here. And it's probably best able to just keep on doing that with your cape for that particular, just to try to stun them and stuff like that. So, oh, shut up, plane. Oh, jeez. Anyway, what was I trying to say about this at this point? Yeah, that's all I can really think about this, don't you think? Well, I was thinking about the same thing, because apart from the fact that, well, relatively speaking though, we're getting very close towards the end of this, so... Anyway, so let's just, get on with that, and, well, just suffice to say, I'm still watching you, experience this stage, but still. Alright, I think you already got the, oh jeez, I'm almost gonna get hit by these guys. And don't expect things too much about it though, because either way, in addition with those spikes, as you can tell, but also there's going to be an ambush that you will come across into. Oh, you mean with that particular pair of beetles for that section right there? Yeah, and luckily for you, did dodge those guys. Well, yeah, because that's exactly how I roll. Yeah, which I must admit though, you're doing pretty well for able to actually just trying to compromise off certain things just trying to get at you, so... And there we go. Can you get the Starman card? Yes, you did! You finally got ourselves 100 plus lives. Alright, that's the way how we get to it. Yep, and we're now on 103 1-ups, so that makes us the forms of getting a game over pretty much uncommon these days now. So either way, now I suppose we'll also do one more level for this video, and that's what appears to be by the forms of, I think something tells me it's going to be an underwater level as far as I'm aware. So let me quickly go ahead and double check on here, and it's the forms of an aquatics adventure. I wonder what that's going to be all about, huh? And something tells me we probably won't gonna get into the last E coin until later on, so yeah, wish us luck. Alright, so... oh, a fire flower, that should be all good. Especially concerning about the fact that the fire flower will help me out for the sake of the forms of the majority of this level for its underwater enemies that I have to deal with. Oh jeez, I did not notice there are fireballs all over the place. But I'm sure enough that I will dodge quite a few of them, but not all of them per se, so... And I can assure you... oh, darn it. Oh, jeez. Those fireballs are getting quite closer to my lower level. Anyway. Now I think there was like, only 4 advanced coins in this level, so... I guess that's not much else to say about this. Oh, come on! Oh, jeez. I have no idea what do I expect at that one point. Oh, please tell me there's gonna be a mushroom in here. Yes, there is. Oh, I definitely need that. Exponentially. So, yeah, again, I would have liked able to explain other details at this point, but, honestly, guys, I think that's as far as we can talk. Oh, really? I didn't get my fast reaction timing when it comes to trying to avoid that fire bar. Oh well, but at the very least I got myself my second advanced coin I've somehow obtained. Oh yeah, cause gotta think about it, now that you've mentioned about the forms of power fact that we're not gonna get the last E coin anytime soon, because we got one more left for that E coin. Yep, and that's what appears to be later on anyway, so either way, but that wasn't until whether we get to that and during at some point in this coming Wednesday, so... So it looks like you're not doing too bad, despite you keep on getting hit by those fire bars at points. And also I realized there are some spinning platforms I definitely need to avoid because they will either push me forward or sometimes push me back. And even in some cases, leads me to spikes down below. Well, to be fair though, unlike Mega Man that he dies instantly for those spikes, whilst in Mario though, well, assuming of course if I have a power-up with me, then I should be alright. And I think something tells me for that pipe over there will pretty much lead me to the last advanced coin while trying to able to avoid that spinning platform right there. So I think probably, oh, if you go to the right, it just blows me upwards. So, and including left as well, so... okay, I guess that worked. Alright then, so it should be all easy and self-explanatory, and somehow we've now up to 105 lives, so I think that should be all good, don't you think? Well, yeah, true, especially concerning about the fact that, well, we're rarely gonna get a game over anytime soon, because, well, relatively speaking, everything else will be a piece of cake. Yep, true. Oh, jeez, I forgot about that large fire bar, and I'm almost gonna die right there, and I'm sure I somehow escaped. Oh, wait, that was pure crazy with that level, and is there something in there? I don't think there isn't, so it's just all kind of pointless, so... whew, that was pretty tricky though, I'm not gonna lie. But it wasn't until that you might as well have your turn on the exact same level. Yup, I'm also able to do this anyway for its full completionist as far as I'm aware. which pretty much leads us to an hour of this recording session almost. Because believe me, it is definitely the longest part we've ever done so far. Because let's face it though, we just want to get these levels finished and over and done with before anything else happens, you know? But let's just hope that we're not going to come across into an hour of this recording session on this last video as far as I'm concerned with that stuff, so... And especially noticeable that we were able to actually just try to able to also show everyone the forms of that particular bonus game, which appears to be the Mario Bros. Game that you get from the get-go, as far as I'm concerned. And especially noticeable if you get, like, you know, any other Super Mario Advance games, as you probably expect, that it always comes with it. So, including Mario Luigi Superstar Saga as well, which, truth be told though, it is a nice little addition to that, so... Even though it's kind of weird that the 3DS version of Mario Luigi Superstar Saga never actually contains that, because it's been replaced by the actual side mode, which appears to be Bowser's Minions, so I can possibly understand how that seems to be the case. And I realized that you got pushed back twice by that rotating platform. Yeah, I was not expecting to see how the fact that this particular rotating platforms is trying to kill me, like almost trying to send me to the spikes down below. Yeah, I was false about that, so... Alright, looks like you're almost there, and... Oh, quick! Oh, that was close. So anyways, though, I think we should probably end things up at this point for the sake of time, so join us next time for more of Let's Play of Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3, is that we're also able to say this right now, we can finally finish up with World E by doing the last few levels of the game. So as a result, I'm pretty excited about it, so I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Later, dudes.